And welcome. How are we all today? It's Saturday, June the 6th, and we will just check to make sure that my audio levels are fine before I crack on with everything in this. There we go, everything's fine and dandy. So get that set up over there and then we shall crack on. So this is something I've always wanted to run on GT, a Le Mans style race. I'll quickly go through the rules and regs. Basically, it's heavy damage. All the cars have been tuned to BOP sort of levels, but I can put in the description below the video, or if anyone wants to know what they are, I'll let them know, of the settings for each car. And basically, this is a test race for what we plan to have as a 2-hour full-on Le Mans race at some point, as soon as we can. There we go, that's better. So without further ado, I'll run you through the field as we had qualifying. This is a 40-minute test race. We start with 70% fuel. Racing soft, medium and hard are the only tyre options you can have. There's 2 cars of each type of car, so there's only 4 GR1 types and 4 GR3 type cars. But I'll just quickly run you through the order as they qualified. Here in the Toyota, the older Toyota, the TSO30, in first place is JRC Racing. In second place, if it lets me get to him, there we go. Have to go. Is it gonna? Which camera angle is it gonna let me go for? Let's just go with this one. Second place is Street Boy, also in the the Toyota TSO30. In third place, we've got MRC Bobby in the Audi R18 16. In fourth place, we have Aaron Total Rose in the Toyota TSO50 Hybrid 16. So kind of tyre selections these boys are having, all on different tyres. Here we go, racing softs, racing mediums for Aaron. Skimmett back here in a Porsche. Forgotten to write which type it was. Back here in 5th place on racing softs. 6th place we've got Scrap Drifter in the Audi again, I believe. Is that the Audi? I forgot what one Scrap Drifter's in. Or is he in the Porsche? Let's have another view of the car. Porsche, he's in the Porsche as well, so he's the teammate of Skivet. So there's 2 Porsches there at 5 and 6, and then we get to the lead of the GR3 cars in qualifying. This is Zafiro, he's in the Porsche 911. And then we have Sayrex in the pink livery. Absolutely love that livery. He's trying to be we're trying to get as realistic as we can with the liveries and the racing. So we've got actual Le Mans style liveries, so the pink pig here for Zafiro. Sayrex in Ferrari, 458 Italia GT3 from 13. Blackie here in the Corvette C7 GR3. He's even gone as far as to get a livery which is already worn and battered, so it's got the proper Le Mans look. Beserker-Boy in the other Ferrari, back here in 10th. And then we have Grim in another pink pig in 11th. Crazy in the lead Aston Martin here in 12th. And TC Idol back here in the last of the Aston Martins back at the back of the field here in 13th. So it's going to be quite difficult to keep an eye on this race, because we're basically going to have 2 races going on at the same time. But the last 2 laps there was a lot of drama going on, so stick with it until the end, because there'll be a lot to cover at the end of the race. But it's a proper good Le Mans style battle, and we've got a rolling start, damage on heavy, remember. It's difficult for those boys that start this race in the chicane, but that's what's going to happen. And we start off and we are away. So JRC Racing gets away. Already you can see the system of the I can't remember what he's in, the Audi. Here he goes of Bob. He's going up the inside into the first of the Dunlop chicane, doesn't quite make it stick, coming up to the Dunlop bridge. Oh, Bob is all over the place. In the meantime, Street Boy has already got Aaron in the Toyota closely up behind him as well. So is everyone cleanly through so far? So all the GR1 boys are away nice and clean. Here's Zafira in the lead, GR3, Sayrex, and that gorgeous looking Ferrari's there. In 8th, Sayrex drifted wide. It's going to get damaged. Oh, he avoids damage, but let's just check on Sayrex. Has he got damage on the car? No, hasn't got damage on the car. He's just allowed Blackie. Here we go, on board with Blackie. Side by side, coming down the Mulsanne for the first time. Stick with this until we get to the first of the braking sectors. Gorgeous shots here. Yep, Blackie's got the spot. Car's screaming down the Mulsanne. Sayrex is looking to go up the inside, flashing his lights, let him know he's there, but the Corvette's going to outbrake the Ferrari into the first chicane. Great stuff there. So in the meantime, there's the other Ferrari, Beserker-Boy in 10th now. Been caught slowly by Grimm. Everyone's through, so there's the Astons are now back through, and everyone's through so far with no damage. But keep an eye on the damage because it's going to affect the racing and the handling of the cars. But look at this line astern from all of the GR1 boys coming down to the Mulsanne corner. Is Bobby going to try and make a move into the Mulsanne corner? Side by side with JLC, and he's done it into the corner. Heavy under braking. Difficult to spot his brake lights, to be honest, on that Audi. But the Audi, with its energy system, shoots away off the line and gets down now towards Indianapolis on the first flying lap of this race. Gorgeous sights here. Here we come, lights blazing. Bobby, JLC, Street Boy, Rose, Skivet, and Scrap Drift, all there or thereabouts. No one's picked up any damage yet. In the meantime, the GR3 boys, Zafiro's leading the pack. Now coming down towards Indianapolis in the Pink Pig, followed by Blackie in the Corvette, Sayrex in the Ferrari. Then Grimm has got past Beserker-Boy. Beserker-Boy's falling backwards a little bit. He's now been caught by the Aston Martin, a TC Idol, coming into underneath the Toyota bridge. Down in towards Indianapolis, and already Beserker's dropped back to 12th place. Must be in a fuel saving strategy already to be dropping back so easily. In the meantime, Crazy's still there, no damage from anyone, so it's all good. So Bobby, let's quickly go back and we'll go on board with Bobby as we go through the Porsche curves the first time. Let's go back a few more and see if we can get it. Oh, I'm not going to miss it, but anyway, we'll get it next time. So the two Toyota boys line astern behind the Audi now, and the other Toyota, the newer Toyota of Aaron Totaro's, coming up to complete the first lap. Skivet's still with them. Scrap Drifter's caught back up as well. Zafira, though, has now been hounded here by Blackie coming into. Let's go on board with Zafira. Oh, did too much. Zafira into the Porsche curves. This is the shot I want. Nice inside apex there. Is he going to hit the second apex? Yeah, well, gets a little bit too much grass actually. Keeps it tight around this side of the exit. Cuts up there. Oh, can't quite see with the hand. Nice tidy line there from Zafiro through the Porsche curves. He's dropped Mark here in the Corvette a little bit, and these two are now quite a long way ahead of Sayrex already after lap 1. But then of course, you know, drivers might be fuel saving, or a bit of a jink there from Sayrex into the fourth chicane to complete the first lap. So Grimm's up to 10th now, Beserker-Boy's 11th. Oh, TC Idol, what's happened to TC Idol? Why is he all spaced out a little bit like that? Into the fourth chicane. Oh, he's looking a bit too quick. He's trying to brake, oh yeah, he's trying to turn him, but it gets reset. So everyone's through lap 1, no damage so far, all looking good. As Bob is now starting to pull away, coming down the Mulsanne straight to the first chicane. Turns in, gets the power on. DRS, is it the DRS? You have to correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure Jason will. Down the Mulsanne for the second time. JLC Racing's ahead of Street Boy. With team there, line astern. It's a gorgeous sight coming down. Here we go, Mulsanne straight. Looks glorious. Here comes Skivet in fourth. he's got past Aaron and total racing. What's happened to Aaron? Has Aaron got it wrong somewhere? Must have missed that at the early part of the circuit. Scrap Drift is still there in 6th, hanging on to the boys in front. So in the meantime, here we go. Zafiro now coming down to the first chicane. hello Grim. He's dropped Blackie a little bit. Sayrex in that gorgeous sounding Ferrari through the chicane. I can see the Aston boys having a bit of a fight here. Oh, TC Idol's got it wrong. Coming into the first chicane, avoids contact with his teammate. So the two Aston Martin drivers are slipping up all by themselves at the back of the pack. Oh, sorry, it's TC Idol, not Grim. Sorry, TC. Nice to see you. Right, Bobby then. Let's go on board with Bobby coming up to the Porsche curves. Not a great view from in the interior of the car. Yeah, shouldn't be cutting the chicane. Let's go on board with the lead driver through the Porsche curves. Just misses the apex, goes wide, but a bit shallow here. Misses a second apex. Needs to keep it tight around this part of the corner. Nice line through the exit, just a tad wide. Coming up to end of lap 2. Not going into the pits. So neither's JRC Racing, neither's Street Boy. Skivets pulled away from Aaron in 4th place. No damage from anyone yet. And Zafiro's now been caught. The Porsche is a great all-round car. Doesn't really excel in any department, whereas all of the other cars on the track, the GR3 cars that is, all have a sort of a pro and con. For example, Mark getting sideways in that Corvette. The Corvette's just got superb straight line speed and great handling, but it does suffer on fuel, and also I'm not sure it's particularly great. What am I trying to say? Yeah, well, basically it's not particularly great on its fuel tank. The fuel tank of the Corvette seems to be quite tiny, so they do seem to have to do a lot of pit stops, which will take 30 seconds in this race. It would be great if it was more realistic towards the 50-second mark to a minute mark of the real racing. But anyway, enough of me babbling on. So Sayrex back here. Has anyone got any damage so far? No. Beserker-Boys in 11th, still cruising around. Fuel saving strategy. Crazy's caught him up. And Idol's now caught up. So back to the Mulsanne straight. Here we go with Bobby. He's been caught a little bit now from JRC Racing. JRC's got past Street Boy. Whether there's a bit of team tactics going on down, JRC's going to have a crack at trying to take the lead off of MRC Bobby. Glorious shots coming down the start of the Mulsanne straight here. Oh, looks like Skivets. Yep, and we got our first casualty, and it's proper damage as well. Let's go back, see what happened at Skivet. He lights up the rear wheels and smashes the barrier head on. There we have front damage to the front of the car, front right to the wheel, and the engine, most importantly. So Skivet's now going to have to limp back to the pits, all the way from, where is he, the second Mulsanne chicane. Very wide there from Zafiro on the exit of Tête Rouge, but he seems to have pulled away again from Mark. Mark seems to lose a bit of distance between himself and the lead car through the beginning of the lap. Sayrex still around here in 9th. Grim's now pulled away from the group behind. Crazy's got past Beserker-Boy. There's Beserker-Boy in 12th now, dropping back through the field. TC Idol 13th. Let's go back up to the Aston Martins. Come down, start, finish straight. So what kind of top end speed the Astons are getting up to. Topping out 170, 171 miles an hour in the Aston Martins down to start, finish straight. Dependent obviously on the power setting that he's got on that car. Beserker-Boys do sound nice, I have to say. TC Idol still with it, still within touching distance here. So in the meantime, let's go back up. Oh, wide there from Bobby at the exit, the Porsche curves. Curves, even. I'll get my words right one of these days. These boys out front, I have to worry about fuel saving at the moment. Street Boy seems to have got through a little bit more fuel than the two in front. Scrap Drifter's drifted very wide there as well. Tote Rose, he seems to be dropping back. I think he's on a fuel saving strategy. He's not pushing as hard as the boys in front. Skiver's now got car damage. He's drifting away from the lead boys in front, obviously. In the meantime, back here we go. Coming down to Indianapolis, on board with Mark. Blackie. Difficult place to just reading the comments here from Blackie. Why are the second on mediums? Not sure what you're getting at there, Mark, but hey ho. Through to Indianapolis, coming up to Arnage. This part of the circuit here, Arnage, is famous for feeling like driving on an ice rink. Oh, Skivis into pit, yep, to get his damage sorted, that would be. Let's have a look at Mark's fuel. So it looks like both Zafiro, oh no, Zafiro's on a better fuel situation up there in the Porsche in front. The Mark is here in his Corvette. Oh, this is close racing by these two boys. Blackie's getting a nice tow there from the pink pig in front. Still could have washed that car before he started racing, Mark. Look at it, it's already dirty. Oh, getting too much grass through the Porsche curves. Desperately short of fuel. Oh, he's got front right damage. Where did he Mark pick up? Oh, he's also got damage to the rear of Zafira. Let's quickly go back and see if we can see where that happened. Let's push it forward a little bit. We'll go forward a little bit. We won't. Oh, there it is. Oh, so Mark gets it wrong coming out of the Mulsanne corner. Mark spins up that Corvette and bashes into the side of Zafiro there, which gives them both damage. God, didn't know that happened. So we're forwarding now through back up to the coming through to the pit stops. Yep, Zafiro's come in to get rid of the damage. Mark is following suit in the Corvette. Here we go on board with the two guys coming into the pits. It takes a long time to come down the pit straight. So where's Sarex? He's coming through the 4 chicane now. So Sarex is going to go into the lead of the GR3 boys. Grimm's into the pits as well. Here's Grimm in his pink pig. Is anyone else coming into the pits? There's Mark into the pits. Yeah, they're all coming in. The Astons are into the pits. So basically it's only in the GR3 field, it's just the Ferraris which have stayed out longer. So where's the Beserker-Boy gone past? Yeah, there's Beserker. So even Beserker's got out in front of all of the other cars. So Beserker was at last at one point, has now got back up to 8th through the first set of pit stops. He's not far there between Blackie, who's got out in front of Zafiro. Right, so rather than, it's going to be difficult to keep track of everyone here, but we'll try. So Bobby now is still out in front in the lead GR1. He seems to have dropped JRC Racing as well. So JRC's gone back to 3rd. There's no damage between these two boys either. So JRC must have got it wrong somewhere. Just have a quick look at the comments. Right, okay. So Bobby, the lead car's gone into the pits. Missed that while I was looking at the comments. And here we go. Now Street Boy and JRC Racing out in front. They're still line astern though. So we're on lap 4 already. And these two can still separate with less than 100 yards or so. Scrap Drifter's into the pits as well. Here's Bob in his Audi. Not sure about the livery, Bob, but hey ho. So we're 15 minutes in. I'm just going to have a drinks break. Going through the pit window. There's Scrap Drifter in his Porsche in the pits, refueling or getting damage sorted, not quite sure, it's probably just refueling. And out he goes. So there's Skivet, he's now at the back of the GR1 pack, exit of Porsche curves. So at the moment the lead GR3 car is Sayrex in his Ferrari, just gone into the Mulsanne corner. Blackie's now been, Blackie's got past Beserker-Boy. Down into the Mulsanne corner as well as we come up to Indianapolis. Beserker-Boy still hasn't pitted it and he's still got a quarter of a tank in that Ferrari, while the two boys around him have both pitted, but Mark's now passed and pulling away in that Corvette. There he is, there's Corvette. There's Beserker in the Ferrari. Coming down to Indianapolis now as Zafiro looks like he's sizing up that Ferrari as well. Is he going to make a move into Indianapolis? No, he backs out of it. Thinks about looking up the inside of Beserker coming into Arnage. No, still doesn't quite make the move stick. Is he going to now get a run coming up into the Porsche curves? Beserker's still hanging on there for 9th place. Sure, Safiro's thinking about a move at some point. Here he goes, he's going to drift wide here. Going to get alongside Beserker coming into the Porsche curve, side by side, wheel nut to wheel nut. Yep, Zafiro, clean move there, brakes, and Beserker gives the position up. So Beserker, he's not giving the position up just yet though. Here comes Beserker, following Zafiro through the Porsche curves. I think the Ferrari handles the Porsche curves better than the Porsche, a little bit up in front. Yeah, there you go. Zafiro's gone very wide. Meantime, Grimm's back here. He's pitted now. So the two. Oh, here we go. So we've got the two Aston Martin boys now being caught by the lead GR1 boys. Here we go. TCI has Darren got damage there? No, he hasn't. So Sayrex, the lead GR3 driver's into the pits. The GR3 boys now holding up a little bit, but they're quite in their rights to do so. The two lead GR1 cars. The GR1 cars have to find their own way around the field. But the both line astern, the GR1 boys into the pits. Shame we've got a rubbish view of it. So at the moment now, Aaron is the lead. Is he going to get into the lead? He's coming out the Porsche curves. I don't think he is. It's going to be quite close between when Aaron comes past the start-finish straight, where the JLC Racing and Street Boy are going to get out in front of him. Here comes Aaron. Let's go on board of Aaron, see if we can see the cars coming out of the pits. Bobby's just gone into... Oh, Bobby's in second place. Where's Street Boy and JLC Racing? They're still not out. Still in the pits. There we go. So Bobby's there in second. Can see first place just up the road. Now Street Boy and JLC Racing come out. So at the moment, so far it's just Aaron who hasn't pitted. Scrap Drifter's coming into the Ford chicane, so he's not far behind either. Skivet's just coming into the Porsche curves, but he had that damage. So back here then. GR3 boys, I'm just going to have another drinks break while I leave you with these glory shots of the Corvette screaming down the Mulsanne straight. Lovely shots, lovely sounds. So at the moment, I do believe the only person that's not actually pitted so far is Beserker-Boy. What's his fuel stats like? So he's on racing softs, he's in 9th place, he's got Zafiro just up the road ahead there. Those two boys up in front have been nose to tail pretty much the entire race. The Beserker-Boy still within touch, but he's not actually pitted yet. He must be coming into pit sometime soon. Coming into the Mulsanne corner, going down towards Indianapolis. Grimm's pitted and still behind Beserker at the moment. Well, of course he will be pitted. He's already down down a quarter of a tank of fuel as well. Sayrex is now pitted, is back out in 11th. It's TC idle. Got his indicator flashing, not sure why. The Aston Martin boys still line astern with each other. Oh, looks like that. Yep, here we go. We've got third and fourth catching up to them. The Street Boy and JRC Racing. Here we go on board with the GR1 boys. Can they get past the Aston Martin boys cleanly? Of course they can. Down to Indianapolis. There we go. Beautiful shot. That's what we want to see. GR3 sticking to the racing line and the GR1s making their way around them. In the meantime, does it look like that? Here we go. TC Idol's got past. Crazy coming into Indianapolis, gets past his teammate. They're both on the same sort of tyres. No, Crazy's on racing softs, and TC Idol's on racing mediums. So, right, let's go through the field. We're 20 minutes in. We're halfway through the race already, and we're going through the field in race order. Oh, here we go. So MRC Bobby is now out in front of Aaron. He's got past Aaron at some point. Don't think Aaron's pitted, so Aaron's going to have to come into the pits fairly soon. Oh, nice move there from Aaron. That's a glorious place. Glorious bit of driving there from Aaron. Gets the pink pig there. I think that was Grim. Through the Porsche curves. Is Aaron coming into the pits now? Yep, finally. Aaron's coming into the pits on lap 6. Just this Street Boy and JRC Racing, they're going to go past their start finish straight now, so they're back into second and third. Yep, there's Grim and the Pink Pig's now been overtaken by Street Boy, shortly to be overtaken here by JRC Racing into the Dunlop chicane. Yep, nice bit of driving there from the GR1 boys. Aaron's still in the pits. Scrap Drifter now. Is Aaron going to get out in front of Scrap Drifter? Yep, Aaron's just coming out of the pits now. There he goes, Aaron. He's going to get out in front of the 2 Aston Martins as well, because he doesn't get caught in the traffic with them. So Scrap Drifter's 5th. Skivett's here in 6th place. Black is still leading the GR3 race at the moment, out in front of Zafiro. Those two are still line astern. It's been 20 minutes now for these two boys. Line astern, sleeping on a similar sort of fuel strategy. You can see them marking that Corvette suffering more on fuel than Zafiro in the following Pink Pig, as Bobby's weaving his way through the traffic. Blue flags waving, blue lights on, coming down the start of the Mulsanne corner. Look at the cars in the back. Oh, beautiful shots here. Fantastic sight there. There's Grim. Grim's now coming down. So Grim's not too far off. He's coming down the Mulsanne straight to the second chicane. He's in 9th place. Lovely sounds. And there's one of the, that's Totoros in the Toyota. Here comes Sayrex in the lead Ferrari. And then here comes Beserker-Boy. He's been caught by someone. Scrap Drifter's just passed him. The Beserker-Boy's now pitted as well, so he's on racing mediums with a full tank of fuel. So he's dropped back to 11th. And still the Aston Martin boys are fighting with each other here in 12th and 13th. Line astern still. Crazy on softs. Idle on racing mediums. So 23 minutes in, let's go back up through the field. Now we've had the pit stops, so they've all pitted. See what kind of, let's have a look at the that's what I want to look at, the live timings and the track map. There we go. So the field's actually all sort of fairly close together. The fastest lap so far is JRC Racing on 3:22, almost dead. But MRC Bobby is leading the way in his Audi. Ooh, he gets that wrong. He's lucky to get away with not having any damage there. He's still pushing hard, is Bobby. On a 3:22.5. He's got drifted a bit wide there. The exit of Porsche curves. Coming down to the Ford chicane to complete lap 7. So Bobby crosses the line now. So Bobby's going to pass the line now. So where's the other two? The Toyota double act of Street Boy and JRC Racing. They're not far behind, they're just a few seconds. Let's have a look at the gap actually. The gap between Bobby and Street Boy is 8 seconds. So see if that gap closes up, and JRC obviously, as you can see, there's right behind his teammate, probably on a bit of fuel saving strategy. Let's have a look at the check the fuel. So Street Boy's sort of 2/3 full. Yeah, and as you can see, look, JRC Racing is doing a bit of fuel saving behind his teammate. He's on 3/4 still. Aaron's just now coming up to the Dunlop chicane at the end to start lap 8. Scrap Drifter's got damage at the back of his car. What's happened there? Where did Scrap Drifter pick up the damage? Skivit's back here in 6. He's now yep, he's coming up to the Aston Martins in front. There we go. Through the Ford chicane. Has he got enough fuel to the end? Probably, maybe, yeah. 15 minutes still to go. I can't believe the Aston Martins are still lying astern there, as well as the Corvette. So 7th place is Mark and the Blackie and the Corvette, still out in front of that pink pig behind him. So the fuel, as you can see there, the Corvette is in a much worse situation than the fuel as the Zafiro in the pink pig. Pink Pig's teammate Grimm's just coming down the Mulsanne straight now. Sayrex is still the lead Ferrari. Back here in 10th place. Beserker back here in 11th. Just starting to come down the start the Mulsanne straight. So Racing Medium's got nearly a full tank of fuel, so he's still got a long way to go. He's still can stay out for a lot longer. In the meantime, the Aston Martin's on half a tank, and the other Aston Martin's on half a tank. So the Aston Martin boys still within sight of each other. It's all brewing up nicely now for coming into the next sort of pit window area. Bobby's getting that wide again. Into Arnage. Street Boy, JRC Racing still lying astern. Aboard JRC Racing as we go through the Porsche curves. Getting a nice tow there from his teammate. I mean, his fuel situation, he's 2/3 of a tank, whereas Street Boy's down to half. Here we go. ...165 miles an hour through the Porsche curves with the GR1-Boys. Coming into the stadium complex. So the gap between the lead group was 8 seconds. Let's see what it is now after one lap. It's now down to 7.3. So these two are catching. Bobby up front. In the meantime, we've got Aaron back here. He's now just going through the Porsche curves. Scrap Drifter's working his way through the field, getting through the Porsche curves as well. It's got damage on the back of that car. It's obviously going to affect the handling. Doesn't need to pit just yet, but see how this affects his race. Skivit is still coming down towards Indianapolis. Oh no, the Porsche curves now. Ooh, Blackie and Scrap Drifter. Oh, that could have gone horribly wrong. Let's go back and look at that again. So here's Blackie. Looking back, you'll see Scrap Drifter's now approaching. Where are we? Coming out the exit of the Porsche curves. Where's Scrap Drifter gonna go? Oh, that's a very dangerous line there for the Scrap Drifter. Not quite sure why you're trying to go around that way, Scrap. You meant to probably be best if you just waited until the road straightened out before you tried to overtake the Corvette. Weird. If anything, just hang on. But no, there's a Corvette then the way Scrap Drifter bails out. That could have gone horribly wrong there. He's still not pitting, even though he's got damage. Oh, so Blackie's into the pits now. So where's Zafiro? Is Zafiro going to come into the pits as well? Nope, he's already through. So Zafiro's now the lead GR3 car in the pink pig. Still got a quarter of a tank left. Here we are with Blackie. Jacks up, wheels off, wheels on. Hasn't got any damage this time, so it's just going to fuel now till the end to see if he fuels all. He's probably going to, what, he's got 12 minutes to go. 11 minutes to go, I should say. Is he fueling, completely filling the tank up? No, he's not. So he's gone 3/4 of the tank. He's still going to come out in front of Grim, Sayrex, struggling with that Ferrari through the 4 chicane. And Beserker's still plodding on here. He's got 3/4 of a tank. Race mediums. Still got 10 minutes to go. He's back here in 11th. Oh, and there's some sideways drifting there from Crazy. Not going to do his tyre wear any good. He still hasn't shaken off TC Idle. Oh, but Bobby in the meantime, 10 minutes to go. He's got a lot of tyre wear on the front of that Audi. Must be coming in for a pit stop at this lap, surely. Oh, what's going on here? JRC Racing slowed right up. The two Toyota boys tripping over each other. Yeah, the Mulsanne corner. Oh, disaster. Oh, the Toyota boss is going to have a word with these two boys. They've been line astern all race. And here we are now coming up. We've got 30 minutes into the race. Oh, and Jason punts his teammate into the kitty litter. Has he got damage? Yeah, Jason's got damage. The Street Boy got damage. Yeah, Street Boy got damage. So they've not only have they lost time, but they've damaged each other's cars. Disaster for the Toyota TSO 30 team. Completely dropped off now from Bobby in first place in the lead Audi. Let's see if these boys, they've got half a tank, so they still don't really need to pit at the moment. JRC Racing going to get underneath. There he goes into Indianapolis, gets past his teammate, wiggles a little bit. So where's Aaron now? So Aaron's not too far away from these boys as well. Scrapdrifter's still carrying that damage he's picked up somewhere. Skivitt's now been held up by the lead GR3. Oh, that was close from Skivitt. He's got past him. Coming down to the Mulsanne corner. So here we go, Zafiro. That was for place as well. Zafiro's now out in front of Blackie. How far away in front of Blackie is Zafiro? 20 seconds between Zafiro in 7th and Blackie, or now 19, in 8th after the pit stop that Blackie made. Hopefully he's got enough fuel now till the end. Grim is in 9th still. Oh, Bobby's coming to the pits. So, anyway, don't need to go anywhere else at the moment. Bobby's into the pits. Grim coming down the Mulsanne straight. Here comes Sayrex in 10th. MRC Bob. Oh, so yeah, if those two hadn't given each other damage, JRC Racing just coming in now. If they hadn't damaged each other's cars, they would have gone into the lead. Been interesting to see whether they would have also needed to have pitted to the end of the race. 9 minutes with half a tank or so of fuel. Out they come now. There you go. Here comes Aaron along start finish straight. Can now see the two boys in front of him. There they are, just going through the Dunlop chicane. So Aaron's not far behind now. He's caught back up to 2nd and 3rd place. Scrapdrift is still. He's just coming into the pits now. He's going to get rid of that damage finally, as long as he doesn't hurt the car again. No, it doesn't. Here comes Skivitt through the very wide exit of Porsche curves. Zafiro now. So Zafiro plodding away. He's got less than 1/4 of a tank. Tyres look like they need to be changed. Is he coming into the pits this lap as well? 32 minutes gone. 8 minutes to go. Zafiro coming in. Yep, Zafiro's coming into the pits now. So where's Mark? Coming out of the Porsche curves. He's got half a tank. Might be. I'm not sure if he's going flat out or fuel saving at this point. He doesn't need to pit. His tyres are good. Let's see if Mark can come out to the 4 chicane. Is he going to come out in front of Zafiro? Zafiro's in the pits at the moment. Where are they going to come out? There we go. Zafiro's just coming out now. Oh, it's just gone wrong. Is Mark going to... No, there's Mark in the Corvette coming up to them. each other at the Dunlop chicane. Oh, it doesn't quite get there. Grimm's into the pits. Let's just go back and watch that again. There we go. Here comes Mark coming round. You can see the pink pig on the inside. Oh, I've got it wrong again, haven't I? Let's go from this angle. There we go. Then we'll be able to see it. Bumper cam. And there's the Zafiro out the pits. Oh, I think Mark might. Oh, he's just drifted a bit too wide, but he gives the Zafiro room. Nice driving by both boys then. Very respectful. Grimm's into the pits now. Oh, where's Sayrex? Oh, Sayrex. There's Sayrex. So Sayrex is 9th. He's on quarter of a tank of fuel. Beserker-Boy's up to 10th. As Grimm's gone into the pits. Beserker's only pitted once. It may not necessarily look like he's going to need to pit again. It's a different strategy to the other boys there. Grimm's now come out the pits behind the Ferrari. The Ferrari boys up ahead. So Ferrari's line astern, and the Aston Martin boys again line astern in the pits at the moment. So they're for their final pit stops. Eventually, there we go. There's the other one. Oh, Crazy's got damage up front right as well, so he's had to get that sorted out. I think he might have bumped his teammate or just drifted wide somewhere. Aston Martin's won too. So, with coming up to 5 minutes to go, Bobby is out in front of the boys behind him after they had a collision between the two. It's JRC Racing there, 8 seconds behind this battle here for the lead. See if he can close the distance with still 6 minutes to go. As JRC Racing he's now in front of his teammate. Going to get a charge on. 8 seconds is not too much. All it needs is for Bobby to get something wrong at some point in the circuit, and then we are going to be having fun. So, all these boys. Oh, Tucker Rose has got damage, proper damage as well. Let's quickly scan back to see where he's got that. Oh, looks like he's coming down into Indianapolis. He's got it wrong somewhere around here. Braking too late. He's going to go hit into the wall. Smashes the car. Damage all over. Oh, Aaron. Scrap Drifter. Where are you? He's coming down the Walsand straight. He's in 5th place. Skivet. No damage. He's just coming down the Walsand straight. So Zafiro. Zafiro's got damage. He's got proper damage as well. Oh, disaster. Oh, that's where it's gone wrong. Oh, no. Disaster for the lead 2 GR3 boys. Let's go back a bit further then. So Zafiro's out in front of Mark. Mark's closing down Zafiro into the first chicane here at the Mulsanne, down the Mulsanne straight, and I think he just gets it ever so slightly wrong under braking. Bumper cam here from Mark. He's easing off a little bit. Zafiro seems to have been easing off quite a bit there as well. Zafiro need to. Oh, Zafiro brakes. Oh, Mark misses it completely. Gets it horribly wrong. Mark's got engine damage and front end damage. Zafiro's got rear end damage and engine damage. Oh, this is the last. No, it's not quite the last lap. So these two boys are now damaged. You're going to have to limp all the way back to the pits. Sayrex is got a quarter of a tank left here. Coming down the Mulsanne straight, and he's got his Ferrari teammate Beserker-Boy. Half a tank of fuel, screaming down to the first chicane. Grimm can't quite catch up to those two Ferraris in front, and Crazy and TC Idol a bit further back as well. So it's all starting to kick off now. That back near the last throws of the race. Here we are. This will be no, it won't be Bobby's last lap. I don't think. Still got lap 11. Still got 5 minutes to go. So thought it might be his last lap. JRC Racing's now second. Street Boys third. Aaron's limping back to the pits in 4th. Is he coming into the pits now? Yep, here he comes. Aaron into the pits. Scrap Drifter, where is he coming down to the Porsche curves? Not going to catch up to Aaron. It's going to make it much closer, obviously. Skivet's not too far away from his teammate either. So here's the limping Zafiro and the limping Blackie. Beserker-Boy's now got in front of Sarex. Where did Beserker get 9th place? So where are we? This is now coming down the Mulsanne towards the second chicane. Beserker's got a much better drive, seems to have much more power in that Ferrari at the moment. Is there any damage to Beserker? Nope. Any damage to Sarex? Nope. Oh, I can see the difference there. Look, Beserker's got half a tank of fuel. Sarex is down to a quarter tank. He's obviously on a much leaner fuel strategy than Beserker. Beserker's opened the taps up and is now going for it. Ferrari's line astern looks glorious, I have to say. Let's have a bit of Ferrari action coming down the Mulsanne. Oh, glorious sight here. 3 GR3 boys. Line astern. Nearly 40 minutes of racing. Still can't separate them. Absolutely brilliant. Sounds glorious, does that Ferrari? Is it a V10 or V8? No, it's not. I don't know. Some of them sure can tell me. Oh, looks like a position change here. Grimm is going to get past Sarex coming down to Indianapolis. Side by side with Sarex. There he goes. Gets a position cleanly. Fantastic move there. Oh, but he drifts it too wide and he's got to hit the barrier. Oh, disaster for him. And he's got damage, so all that good work of getting the position is just now gone. Oh, disaster. So Sarex is kept onto 10th place. So now we've got, in the GR3 category, we've got Zafiro limping back, Blackie limping back. 7th and 8th, well, 1st and 2nd of GR3, and there's Beserker-Boy. He's caught up to them now through the Porsche curves. Is Beserker-Boy, who's been last most of the race in the GR3 division. He's now just putting his best, one of his best sector times. He's on a charge. He's catching these boys hand over fist. There's those two up ahead. Yeah, they're going to go into the pits surely. So Beserker-Boy's now going to lead the GR3 race. Surely, if these boys go into the pits. Here we go, they're going into the pits. Yep, there they go. There's Zafiro, there's Blackie, there's Beserker. Going to take the lead now, the GR3. He's got loads of fuel left. He's got a good tyre situation. And he's now in the lead of the GR3. Boys, oh, Sarex gets it wrong. His rear tyres have lit up. He's got hardly any fuel left. Struggling big time. Grimm, with that damage, is now staying. He's staying out, is Grimm. Interesting decision there from Grimm. So there's Blackie coming out of the pits now. Zafiro's coming out of the pits after Blackie. Where's Crazy and the other two GR3 boys? Oh, Crazy's got damage again. But Crazy's staying out. And someone's been caught from behind now from Bobby. So last lap shenanigans coming up. How far is Bobby away from JRC Racing? It's 8 seconds, so he's got a big lead as Bobby. Oh, looks up the inside there, TC Idle, but TC Idle got the racing line. Bobby's going to have to get out of the way. There we go. So Bob is now making his way through the back markers, coming up towards Crazy. Oh, what's... Wow. Well, let's have a look at that again. That looked like, unfortunately, a bit of lag, if I'm honest. Looked like Bobby had a clear bit of road to go in, but it seems to have done something to... Yeah, no, it's unfortunately put Crazy off. Oh, disaster. Unfortunately for the game's not helping there. Street Boys into the pits. How far away now is JLC Racing from... Oh, it's past the ailing Aston Martin there. It's got a long way to limp back as that Aston Martin. 7.4 seconds between the lead two cars. Street Boys come out now in 3rd. Aaron's just coming down the start finish straight now in 4th. Scrap Drifter is in 5th. Skivets in 6th. just saw something going on back here. The Beserker-Boys still out in front of the lead GR3 crew. Here we have Zafiro and Blackie now chasing the Beserker-Boy down. We've got, oh, they've both got, he's got damage. Oh no, sorry, that's Grim, isn't it? It's not Zafiro. Where's Zafiro gone? Oh, Zafiro's a bit further off. So Grim, even with damage, is still managing. That's, although it's 8th place for Mark there in the Corvette, that's actually 2nd place in the GR3 league. He's got damage now. He's practically out of fuel. He's going to have to pit. He's going to be 1 lap. Sure, is he going to hit? Oh, he does hit. Mark's now got rear damage from the other Pink Pig. Oh, the Pink Pig boys are ganging up on the Corvette. So Grim's paying back Mark for bashing his teammate. There's Zafiro with no damage. Team orders maybe. You take out that Corvette for damaging Zafiro's chances. Mark's now got rear end damage. Not affecting his top speed too much. He's still doing 167, 68. In the meantime, here goes Bobby weaving his way through the Pink Pigs. Zafiro gonna get in front of his teammate. Oh, Grim's gone wide. There goes Zafiro through, coming up to Arnage. But Grim's still fighting his teammate. There's no team orders here, obviously. Trying to see what that Lee car behind is. Grim surely must be suffering because Zafiro's not got any damage. But it's finally got... No, he's not got in front. Grim's still fighting him. Side by side coming into the Porsche curves with a GR1 car of GRC Racing catching them behind. The last thing GRC Racing wants now is these two fighting over position. But there we go. Zafiro's got out in front of Grim. Grim's managed to hold off GRC Racing a little bit through the Porsche curves. JRC Racing's gone around the outside. What a move. Great move there from JRC. It's now in front. Oh, Zafiro's gone very wide. Grim's now. Is he going to come into the pits? Or has he got enough fuel to get to the end? He can't have enough fuel to get to the end of the race. Surely not. Must be coming into the pits. He's not. He stayed out. My goodness. Oh, we've got 40. Oh, of course, it's 40 minutes gone. I've lost track of the time. Right, let's go back. Let's go back. So, I was so concentrated on that. We've now got, there we go, 39 minutes. So we now need to go through the field where they are on the track. So they're going to, for the positions that they're going to finish. So here we are. Bobby is going, he's in first position. He's not coming down the Mulsanne. Who's that in front? So let's scroll through. It's difficult to keep track of everyone. So there we go. I think Skivet is going to be the 40 minutes are up. Skivet is going to be the first across the line. And he's going to oh, he cuts the corner a little bit there for chicane. He's going to now finish in 6th place is Skivet. So here's Beserker-Boy in 7th place. He went from last to 1st in the GR3 in the GR3 division. He's only pitted once. It's worked out for him superbly. So he's going to finish next, I think. Looking back to see where the other GR1 boys. There's a whole gaggle of drivers all coming around here oh no, see Mark's got damage and there's Bobby. Right, so we need to see how closing stages, how far is Bobby ahead of JRC? It's still 7 seconds, so Bobby is going to win the race. He's coming into the Porsche curves. Is he going to get ahead of Beserker at the last corner? Here's Beserker, here's Beserker. Lead GR3 car now. Still had 1/4 of a tank left. Needs to be a little bit more, splash out on the fuel a little bit more. Coming to the forward chicane for the last time. So the two lead class drivers are going to finish the race at the same time. It's Beserker, lead GR3 is going to finish with MRC Bobby as they cross the line now. The two winners of the classes, there we go. Bobby wins the race in the first GR1 car. Beserker wins in the GR3 car. So here comes Blackie. He's going to finish. There's the two second place drivers, JRC and Blackie for the GR3. Zafiro's 3rd. Grim's 4th. Sayrex is battling. He's got damage on the front of that car. I'm not sure where he's picked that up. side by side with the Aston Martin into the Ford chicane at the very end of the race. He's on fumes. He's got nothing left in the tank of that Ferrari. Spins up the rear wheels. Oh no, is he going to get... He's going to lose a position to TC Idle. TC Idle gets a position. Crazy's off again. He's got rear end damage. What has happened to these Aston Martins in this the last laps? Where have they got it wrong? Of course, Crazy got the damage, didn't he? From the incident with Bobby. So where's TC Idle? TC Idle got any damage? Nope. So TC Idle's managed to catch up to Sayrex at the last throws of the dice here. Sayrex wiggling all over the place, nearly gets TC Idle. So that's the GR3. It's Crazy's desperately trying to bring this Aston Martin home in last place. So let's run through the field. Let's pause it here. So let's run through the field as they finish. So in first place, you had MRC Bobby. Second place, GR1 Racing. Third place, Street Boy. Total Rose finished in fourth place. Here he is. Scrap Drifters, we can go back to then. Skivet fifth. So yeah, Scrap Drifters fifth. Skivet was sixth. Beserker was the lead GR3 car in seventh. Blackie eighth. Zafiro ninth. Grim was 10th, TC Idle 11th, Sayrex 12th, Crazy was in 13th. We'll just have a quick look at the finishing times and the gaps. So Bobby won by 10 seconds, and then there was 31 seconds between Street Boy and Bobby. Sorry, Street Boy and GR1 Racing. 15 seconds between Rose and Street Boy. 23 seconds to Total Rose and Scrap Drifter. 47 seconds between Scrap Drifter and Skivet. In the GR3, Beserker-Boy finished first, 9 seconds ahead of Blackie, 3 seconds ahead of Blackie was 3.6 seconds ahead of Blackie, behind Blackie. Grim was 2 seconds behind that. Idle was 21 seconds behind that. Sayrex just about crossed the line in 12th, and Crazy was 21 seconds there behind that. The lead, the fastest lap there was by GR1 Racing, did a 3:21.3. So we just finished this on, who was it? Scrap Drifter still got a way to go. He's through the Porsche curves here. On board, he'll be the last person to cross the line. The rest of the field's done it. Coming into the Ford chicane now. And there we have it. So that's your first test race in the bag. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. Looking forward to doing some more. I'll post this up on MRC to see if we can get more people interested in this. So we can at least have like maybe a couple of spare drivers in case people drop out. See if it's something that other people in MRC like. But there we have race one. I've got another race to do there. It was equally just as eventful as the first race, but that's Lasarth in a nutshell. Damage racing, fantastic drive from everyone. Thank you for joining me in that race and getting that sorted for me. I really appreciate all the drivers taking part. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you all again soon. Thank you very much and stay safe.